welcome to the Monday Money Tip podcast presented by Fully Funded Life. My name is Joe Sangle, and I'm joined by my normal co-host, Megan Hibbert. Are you fired up today?
Fired up. I'm my normal co-host.
You're my normal co-host. I have an abnormal co-host from time to time. And I am so excited that today is a very, very special round number episode. Mm-hmm. What's that?
Yeah, we are celebrating episode number 300.
Episode number 300. 300 of these things.
That's wild.
It's amazing. So we thought we would reflect on some moments of podcast past and then think about the future. Sound good?
Yeah.
So we thought we'd start by sharing some very special moments that we can remember as we started the podcast. I'll go first. And that is when we had the idea that we were going to launch the Monday Money Tip podcast. Many of you do not know the history of how this podcast came about, but it really started about 6 or 7 years before we actually released it through a series of little training YouTube videos called the Monday Money Tip. Remember the Monday Money Tips?
No podcast.
There was no podcast. It was Monday Money Tips.
Yep.
I was sitting at my desk.
I remember. It was like 3 offices ago.
Had a PowerPoint presentation, and I was recording my screen. New breakthrough technology, and we didn't know it, but we hit it big back then. And some of our videos went viral, and we had no clue. Yeah. We were able to monetize our YouTube channel and did not know it. And then we had a guy named Dan that was editing the stuff, and then he left, and it all just stopped. And it sat in pause, in suspended animation.
Yeah.
But we brought it back and called it the Money Money Tip podcast, in that it wouldn't be just straight teaching, but it would be conversational.
Yeah.
And you jumped in, and that's how it got started. We started and we said, hey, before we committed to something weekly or daily, we decided to go every 2 weeks, bi-weekly. And anytime we had that third one in a month, we kind of did Q&A a little bit. Mm-hmm. You remember that?
I do remember that. Yeah, we've had a couple different flows.
And we started out with just audio version.
We did.
Yeah.
And then you got the great idea to record us.
Yes.
Not only just recording us, but it was like a camcorder.
A camcorder that we inherited with the purchase of a business in 2011, and it was already 4 years old at the time.
Yeah. I wish we could turn this around so you could see all the cameras we have now and the lights. In all the things,
but
very different.
There was a moment where you, with your NC State Wolf Pack, the cardiac pack, as we're recording this, is in the Sweet 16. Is that right?
It's
Can
so
you believe
exciting.
it? There was this moment that you were like, hey, this isn't good brand representation of the YouTube videos. And I said, I don't care. We're just going to start releasing the video of it. Because I am a person who has just ship it. We can get better as we go. I'm kind of following the Elon Musk model of, we'll just fix it as we go along.
I don't like that model.
But when I look back, maybe we can show some early episodes clips.
Probably not. They're probably
No, they exist in YouTube. Maybe you got in and deleted them, but we'll see if we can pull some up. If so, they'll be showing right now.
Oh, man.
There were moments I've looked back and like I would come in just wearing my Purdue stocking cap and my hair's way overgrown, and I would take it off in the middle, and it's like 60 ways from Sunday.
It was, yeah. And then we would ship the episode, as you say. We would produce it and put it out there, and you'd be like, why did you let me do that? I'm like, I didn't realize I was your fashion coordinator too.
Yes. So that's some of the memories I have from the early days, but we got better. We kept improving.
Right.
And then, every now and then we get too comfortable. And as we were thinking about this, you remember one particular episode we were talking about the national debt, and kind of tell everybody what happens, and maybe I'll deny it or say that it happened.
Joe got a little bit spicy, a lot spicy, and some things came out, and we had to bury the episode. Never released. Just had to take a minute, but so that's all I'll say.
I'm generally known as encouraging.
secrets.
I'm generally known as I'm for you and exuberant and excited.
You are.
I was energetic.
You were.
But somewhere I got off the rails and got really upset. And in order to not get in trouble with the FBI and the market that we serve, we decided not to release that episode. So here's what we would just say. We would really like the government to stop continuing to run up the national debt. That'd be really good. Both the Republicans and Democrats are very guilty. Now, we went weekly.
We did go weekly, yep. That was, yeah, we were every other week, then we went weekly. And I also remember when I was pregnant with the twins, I would have to eat all the time.
Yes.
Because I was getting sick.
And you hadn't told people on the podcast that you were expecting.
And your brother reached out and was like, why is she eating all the time?
In the middle of the show.
Like, it's either me eat or me vomit. So this was our best option.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been through a lot of seasons of our life.
Yeah.
I didn't have Logan when we first started.
You had no babies.
2018.
Yeah. And now you have 3 baby boys.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag boy mom.
Yeah.
So, we wanted to just stop and celebrate 300 episodes. We do this for you. We do not do this for our health.
Yeah.
We do not do this for fame. That's not what we're pursuing. What we're really pursuing is the hope that you could gain wisdom, maybe get some humor in your day, kick off your week on Mondays with something that is right now relevant that you can apply during that week and help you move towards your fully funded life. And so we've had episodes on all the topics.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've talked about budgeting.
Yeah.
We've talked about debt. We've talked about credit scores. We've talked about marriage relationships and money. We've talked about kids and money. We've talked about the national debt. We've talked about a lot of things. We've talked about all aspects of investing, retirement, and the like. What have been some of your favorite episodes that you feel like have been most helpful for everybody? And you see the stats way more than I do. What types of topics get the most listens, get the most likes, the most watches?
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody likes debt because everybody wants to get rid of it. So not they don't like it, but like
the way you said that.
Yeah, everybody loves.
You got to listen to that. I'm going to snip that part out and say everybody likes debt, and send it to Dave Ramsey.
But everybody wants to get out of debt. They want to figure out how to do it.
Oh yeah.
And so any tips I feel like or tricks that we share about that is always, I feel like popular.
There's a special energy when it comes to debt elimination.
Yeah.
And so we do know that, and we want to help you with that.
Mm-hmm.
I will say another topic that has been super popular, of course, is budgeting.
Mm-hmm.
How to budget, budgeting tips, saving money on things. It's very interesting. Let's look back and think 300 episodes ago, what were interest rates on houses? Around 3%.
Yeah.
Different time.
Yeah.
We had Donald Trump was in the White House, so a Republican. Now we have a Democrat who's been in the White House.
Mm-hmm.
We've went through a pandemic.
Yeah, that was wild.
And kept releasing episodes.
Mm-hmm. I remember meeting during. It's like, should we be in the same room? Should we sit separate? Should we Zoom? Should we not Zoom? Like, what should we do?
And I quite frankly can't remember which we chose. We probably did all of those.
I think we might have done Zoom like a little bit, but then we ended up just.
We have very large office space, so we're able to sit far apart from each other. But here's what I know. The money principles we try to bring to you each and every week are ones that they are applicable whether a Republican's in the White House or Democrats in the White House, whether there's a pandemic or not, whether there is lower interest rates or higher interest rates, certain financial principles remain true. There are changes along the way, and we love to communicate those to you as well. As we look forward and we think about maybe having another 300 episodes, which would be, almost 6 years. I think 310 is like 52 times 6. So it's like in excess of 6 years of podcasts. If we did another 6 years, what would be your hopes for everybody who's participating in the podcast? Maybe share that with them.
I would love to grow the podcast, not for us, but to help other people, and be able to really provide content and that's relevant, that's helpful to people, that's encouraging, where you feel like you walk away and you laugh, you learn something, you have a next step that you can take. You know, you don't feel like you've invested valuable time, that you got something valuable out of it. I feel like is something that I would love.
Yeah. You know? And for the same for me. And we're going to deliver it in every possible way what that exists today, whether in short form, like shorts or reels, through longer form, which would be through Facebook videos or through YouTube videos or anything that might be created in the future. We want to provide educational content with some humor, some practical application to help you live your fully funded life. And so, hey, thank you for being a part of this journey. We've aged during these years. Maybe you can look at that, how much we've aged. Have we added any wrinkles, any type of thing like that along the way? But hey, 300 down, 300 more to go. Get fired up. Hey everybody, Joe Sangl here. Thanks so much for watching this video. Hey, I encourage you to click the links that are provided to watch a lot of more helpful content that'll help you live your fully funded life. Thanks for being a part of our community.